Hey, and howdy, and hi, it's Halloween time. Thanks for dropping by. This time of year is my favorite time of year, which means I have a lot of things planned, but for now, we are on to this video. For this video, I am doing a very special Pokemon Halloween challenge. Now, what does that mean, you might ask? For this challenge, I purchased a pack of the Trick or Treat Pokemon TCG card packs. Each pack comes with 3 cards, and one of them is a holo. Alright? I don't usually play TCG, but I thought this would be a really fun challenge because the entire pack has ghost Pokemon, and that's one of my favorite types in the game, so I just, I wanted an excuse to draw a bunch of ghost Pokemon or like spooky Pokemon, because there's other ones in the pack too, But for the challenge, this is what I did. I would draw 10 packs, and from those 3 cards per pack, I would choose 1 Pokemon. Then, after drawing all 10 packs, I would choose 3 Pokemon from the 10 to draw a trainer for. Why this? I really love the idea of drawing a trainer whose design revolves around their Pokemon. I love it when Pokemon match their trainers and their trainers match their Pokemon. I think it's really cute. I think a lot more trainers should do this and not just the Pokekids, alright? I just think it's really cute just for besties to match, okay? It's just like, oh, I really love my Eevee, so I'm gonna wear a really cute Eevee jacket. I think it's really cute, so I decided to do it, but Halloween themed. So this is going to be a little different from my other speed paint videos. With the TCG cards, I decided to do a real life recording of me unpacking the cards because people like watching unpacking videos, so why not? So it's going to be a little awkward. I'm not really used to it, but it was a lot of fun. And I had 2 friends with me while I was opening the packs. One of them is going to be KyleZilla, who streams on Twitch. I'm just going to put his link right over here if you want to see him. He's really funny, so I would recommend it. Plays Yakuza a lot. He knows some of the Yakuza songs to heart. And it's really funny. And the other one is going to be Moonlight SM. She also streams on Twitch. They're both really good friends of mine. I adore them a lot. They're both really funny and their content's really good. So if you have the time to watch some Twitch streams whenever they're streaming, I recommend it. They're both really good and they're both really funny and they love Pokemon, so they helped me open these packs. Now, I bet you just want me to get to the content. I'm going to put a timestamp of when the video switches from the card opening to the stream for those of you who just want to skip to the speed paint. It's fine, I don't blame you. But other than that, let's get this party started and on to the card packs. Good enough. Oh my god. Ah!
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm struggling.
You want me to try and open it?
I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
You don't got no fancy scissors? You should buy some ridiculously silly scissors to open these.
Listen. Ooh! Lampent. Houndoom. Holographic Houndoom.
That's bold.
I feel like...
And Miss Megas. I think from this pile, I can't not do Houndoom.
Off to a good start.
So I think Houndoom will be the first, trainer with the Pokemon that I'll draw. So we got Houndoom for the first pack. For the next pack...
Okay.
Oh, I was hoping Phantump would be in here. I love Phantump. Marshadow.
Marshadow. That's great.
Yeah.
And Murkrow. I have to go with Phantump.
These are good.
I love Phantump. We're going with Phantump for the second pack.
Our winners.
Yes. Why?
You want me to just pre-open?
I got it. That's the part of the unboxing.
Yeah, it's part of the charm.
Gotta do it. Dusclops.
I see a holo in there.
Yeah, each one has a holo Pikachu.
Oh, wow.
Which is basically the same as the McDonald's Pikachu, but it has a pumpkin.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bitter, but... And then Miss Magus again. I mean, I guess we could do Pikachu.
Yeah.
That's always a
an easy
cute
one,
design.
yeah.
That's always a cute design. So those are our 3 so far. So we're gonna have another one. Please. Ooh, Litwick. We got Litwick.
And the Chandelure.
Chandelure!
Nice.
And Murkrow
Easy
again.
Chandelure, I
Yeah.
think. Yep.
Make it more in the center of the camera, Kyle. Yeah, there you go.
We got Lampent again. Got Lampent.
Dusknoir.
Dusknoir. Ooh. And Shuppet.
What are you feeling out of these?
We already got. I can't do Chandelure and Lampent.
Yeah.
But I also kind of don't care for these guys. I might have to.
Skip a pack.
Might
No
have
one will
to
notice. Edit this pack out.
It might. I'm only choosing 3 out of these guys, so that's definitely not going to be chosen. I'm just going to say that. Halo Phantump again. Houndstone.
Houndstone's baller.
And
Oh, perfect.
we'll
Which
pick,
one do you like more?
We'll pick Houndstone for this one.
Sure.
Why? Zubat.
Okay.
I haven't had Zubat yet.
Gengar, easy.
I have
Gengar.
to. I have to. There's no way I can't not do Gengar. We can't not choose Gengar. I opened like how many?
This
2,
is
6,
7.
7. Okay.
And we're doing 10?
Yeah. Oh, hello. Demise?
Delmise.
I haven't seen this one.
It's an anchor.
Is this from the newer game?
It's from Sun and Moon.
I can't.
Easy
I can't
Mimikyu.
not do Mimikyu. I'm sorry, Drifblim. I was so excited
You
for
gotta do
Drifblim.
Mimikyu and like Pikachu in the same piece.
Right? They might have to be a 2-for-1.
Yep.
Shit.
That's a special.
Oh my goodness. Like a little girl with a ghost.
Yes. We have 2 more winners.
Oh, this one is interesting. Oh, Banette.
Bennett, okay, that's fine.
Trevenant.
Trevenant.
And Miss Magius.
Another Miss Magius.
Damn, Miss Magius really in these packs. I already chose Phantump, so it'd feel redundant to choose Trevenant. I guess I'll give Miss Magius a chance.
She really wants a chance.
She really wants a chance, so we've got 4, 8, 9, one more pack.
One more. Let's see the last one.
Oh,
Is the last pack goated with the sauce?
Oh, Runergius.
Okay, cool. We haven't seen that one yet. Spectrier.
Spectrier and Murkrow.
Easy Spectrier, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
We've got our lineup.
Nice.
So, who is going to be on the squad?
I
Who are we
feel
pulling?
like I can make an exception and do Pikachu and Mimikyu both in one piece.
Alright,
I'm
cool.
really enamored with a girl and a ghost
And a
girl
little ghost, yeah.
being friends.
Love it.
Because I want them to be friends. We're doing a 2-for-1.
Oh, so these are ones you're drawing, right?
Yes. Oh, man. This is actually a hard choice. It's between Gengar, Houndoom, and Chandelure. I
think
love
Chandelure-
Phantump, but
But
Ball Gown Chandelure Trainer really,
that sounds
Yes.
really is.
Oh, and if you draw the hands, like, with the fire or pigtails.
Right?
I don't know. Whichever, they sound so good.
So, these guys, I'm immediately sorry.
Oh, it's so cute.
Sorry,
dude.
guys.
good. Alright, so who else
It's between
is
these
taking the cake?
So, one more. Dang.
I think, Phantom might be very good, too.
Phantom
might
would
go
be
feral.
really cute,
Another thing about
But-
Phantom is that it's underappreciated too.
right?
There is art of Houndoom and Gengar out there.
There is. Even though I was thinking it'd be really cool to do like a biker
Oh yeah,
Like
certainly
a really
would.
cool biker.
It's like, do you want to feed the people what they already know, or do you want to give them something new?
That's the thing. I do love Phantom, so I probably will
Go with your
Phantom.
gut then. Yeah.
There we go. Our chosen 3.
All right, these are our winners.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna open the rest of the packs. Honestly, I can't wait.
All right, cool.
Woo!
And we're off to the races. Now this combo was super cute. Pikachu and Mimikyu, I like them both. They're both very cute, and I was very enamored with the idea of a little ghost girl and another girl being friends. The idea ended up evolving as I was continuing to draw these two. What ended up as the concept turned into the final project is 2 young little sisters who have 2 partner Pokemon that they both love very much, so they decided to dress up after them. So the first little girl, by the way, I don't have names for any of these guys yet. So if any of you guys have any suggestions for names for any of these characters for today's speed paint, put it down in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys think should be the names for these guys, because I plan on drawing them again in the future. They all just turned out super cute, and I love them all. So I would love to hear your suggestions for all these characters. But for this first girl, her partner Pokemon is going to be Pikachu. She ended up being very outgoing, excited, very ready to go. So her pose kind of embodies that. She's like, oh, let's have a Pokemon battle. Meanwhile, her little sister is kind of hiding behind her. I would kind of imagine in the Pokemon games, if you were to fight against these two, it would be a tag team battle, or the double battle where you have both of the Pokemon come on up. So I'd imagine that that's the kind of Pokemon battle you would be entered into. Is the second little girl a ghost? That's up to interpretation. Honestly, these two are twins. Is the little sister secretly a ghost? Who knows? Who's to say? That's really up to your interpretation. But for now, these two turned out super duper cute. I based most of my inspiration off of the other trainers in the game who kind of match their Pokemon. I should say the games and the anime, because there is one character from the anime I did base the main girl, the older sister, off of, and that would be, I think her name's Piccola. I don't know how to pronounce it, I haven't seen the anime. But I based her design off of Piccola's, so I used her color palette because it was a lot less saturated than what I ended up starting with, and ended up changing to that softer tone that they use in the anime. I also based her outfit off of Piccola's, except I turned it more into a little romper instead of a dress. And then I guess that's mostly what I got, aside from the little Pikachu ears that I put on her head. Piccola was the main source for the first girl, mainly because her outfit was so cute. And also, she's one of those trainers that I talked about earlier that match their Pokemon that I absolutely adore. I just love it when these guys are so in love with their Pokemon. They're like, I'm gonna dress like you. We're gonna match. You know, I just think it's really cute. So these two girls are basically the embodiment of that. They're just like, oh, I want to match with my favorite Pokemon. So this little girl's got a little romper to match a Pikachu. And for the younger sister, her inspiration was slightly different. So her inspiration came from Amazon. Now hear me out. A few years ago, I wanted to do a Pokemon cosplay, right? But I didn't know who to do. So I was looking around. And let me tell you, a lot of these were awful. A lot of these were like one piece, essentially pajamas with the Pokemon's face plastered on it. The Snorlax one looked cute, but I didn't want to be Snorlax. I wanted a Snorlax beanbag, but I didn't want to be Snorlax. Until, after browsing around a little bit, I saw a Mimikyu poncho. At least I think it was a poncho. It's like a little jacket thingy that goes over, right? You wear it like a little poncho. And it was super cute. And I was like, oh, I could do this. So her design comes mostly from that Mimikyu poncho that I saw on Amazon. I was really enamored with the idea. It also looked very comfy. So, you know, I just gave her a little Mimikyu poncho with the same romper that her sister's wearing underneath it. And yeah, I added like a little ribbon, a little patches to make it look like that she sewed it herself, because Mimikyu made the little costume it's wearing by itself, which by the way is very cute. And I hopefully one day will see in a Pokemon game different variants of Mimikyu that look like other Pokemon as well, like a little sewn up Charmander or like a little sewn up like Sprigatito. I really want to see that for a regional variant of Mimikyu. Or maybe a regional variant of Mimikyu based off the Pikachu copy of that region. Like imagine like a Mimikyu that was idolizing Dedenne or Pachirisu. It would be super cute. But I digress. That was mainly the little inspiration. And then I took inspiration from the 2 twin kid trainers in the games for the little plushie she's holding. Because they were carrying like little Pikachu plushies, and I thought that was really cute, so I had her carrying one of them. Did she make it herself? Did she get it from her sister? Who knows? Again, up to your interpretation. But aside from that, they turned out really cute, and I really enjoyed coloring them. I feel like my styles kind of evolved with the style of Pokemon that I was trying to emulate. I was trying to emulate the style from the recent games, because that's the style that I like the most. Especially with the new like line work that they're trying to do, as well as the new shading techniques that they blended in with the old techniques, like the watercolor stuff. I think my style ended up merging with the Pokemon style, so it looks like a blend of my style and Pokemon style. Like the limbs are too chunky to be Pokemon style, but it's not chunky enough to be my style. Does that make sense? It's kind of like a blend, like the anatomy blended with the Pokemon anatomy. So it ended up looking like my style merged with Pokemon. I still like it. I still want to do more practices just so I can get a handle on the Pokemon art style, but I feel like I'm getting closer. And I say that, but then later in the video, I will say that I'm getting farther because the other 2 turned out more towards my style rather than Pokemon. But that's fine. It's a learning process. That's just how it is when you try to emulate art styles. I definitely think it's a lot more closer when I actually draw the Pokemons themselves. It's the people that I'm struggling with. You know, the people are very different. You have to do like the different anatomy for them and how would they bend limbs? How would that look like? Oh, how does the face look like? I can do the Pokemon a lot better than the people. But once again, it's part of the process. It's a learning curve. And hopefully I'll get it, because I am doing another Pokemon video after this. So, you know, that's just how it be. But I will say the coloring technique for Pokemon is very fun, but it's very, how should I say this, inconsistent. Because there's a lot of different artists for the Pokemon art style, and some of them have different ways of coloring hair. Sometimes they'll go more detailed in the hair, and you'll see shading for like each strand. Sometimes you'll see general shading, and it won't be each strand, but there's like little highlights in some places. It's very different, so I had to pick and choose which ones I wanted. But aside from that, I think these guys turned out really cute. Look at them, they're my little babies. And they just turned out really cute. I really like how they turned out, especially the Pikachu and Mimikyu. I just love drawing Pokemon. And I think their hair also turned out really good too. But yeah, it's just a really fun challenge. But while I finish up coloring up the shadows and stuff like that, we shall move on to the next Pokemon soon. And now we're on to Chandelure. Alright, so you already heard while I was unpacking the cards, I already had an idea for this character, alright? I knew immediately I wanted a ball gown that emulated Chandelure's design. And that's what I did. Now, ball gowns are really hard to draw, apparently. It took me quite a few phases to go from the sketch to an actual, like, nice looking, like, poofy bottom for the dress. So you'll see that throughout the process. Now, who is she based off of? There was one trainer I had in mind when I was designing her. And it's another ghost trainer from the games. I think it's from Diamond and Pearl, Fantina. Her design is based off a Drifblim. So her dress emulates kind of Drifblim's color and one of the designs of Drifblim with the little X mouth. And her hair kind of gives that off. Now my girl, you can a lot more tell that it's definitely Chandelure. I definitely went more ham on it looking like a Chandelure dress. But it is based mostly off of Fantina, who dresses like Drifblim. Which, by the way, I love that dress. Now, I know some of you might be wondering, oh, what brushes are you using for the Pokemon style? The brushes that I've been using so far, and I just recently got these, by the way. For the other video I was working on, I was drawing that before I got this brush set. So the line work's going to be a little different from that video that's going to come out after this one. This one is, I believe, Midnyte's Pokemon brushes version 6. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description. Kudos to Midnyte. Their brush packs are really, really good. It includes brushes for the different trainers and the different Pokemon, because sometimes they have like a little bit of different brushes. It gets updated semi-regularly, so they change it because they've been updating and making the brushes more accurate and better. And they also include brushes for the shading, for the shine. I believe they had one for an eraser. They're just really good brushes, and I would highly recommend them. They have them for Clip Studio Paint, and I believe they have a version for Procreate. I'm not sure. I would read the website for it, but once again, I'm going to leave a link in the description below if you are interested in these brushes. They're really, really good, and I would highly recommend them. They're just really good brushes. I was struggling with the first video on what kind of brushes I wanted to use, because Pokemon has like a slightly chunky but not too textured brush, and I was having such trouble trying to get a brush that looked like the Pokemon brushes. But yeah, these are really good, and once again, they get updated semi-regularly because the creator is updating the brushes to make them more accurate as more art gets released. But yeah, description is where the link is, if you want to get those. But aside from that, for the Chandelure, I ended up using teardrops for the base of the dress, and I just arranged those in a certain way that it looks like a really, really poofy dress. Added a bunch of frills at the bottom because why not? Poof. For the little corset piece, I put Chandelure's face there because I could. Should I have put it on the bottom of the dress? Yes, but the teardrops looked like the fire on Chandelure, and I just wanted to color it like the fire Chandelure has on its arms. So the face had to go somewhere else, alright? But I think it looked really nice. And then I ended up giving her kind of see-through sleeves. I wish I added a bit more to the sleeves, like made them look more ornate and stuff, but I still like the see-through. And it still looks pretty good. I also made the sleeves look a little bit like the flame. I just added a bit of that color at the top. Mainly because Chandelure has that little crown thing at the top that has like the triangle patterns. So I ended up putting that on the sleeve, and there's like a little bit of flame or quote-unquote color. But I really like Chandelure's color palette, so I was just playing around with that a lot. I think one definite thing that you need to at least practice when you're drawing Pokemon, especially if you want to draw Fakemon, right? I haven't done that yet, but I really want to do it in the future. When you're drawing Pokemon, shape is a really big thing. And even though I'm very proud of my Chandelure, I just think there was a better way I could have done the shapes. I was really struggling on those arms because that swirl, I wanted the swirl to look as accurate as possible. But at the same time, I was just struggling from the chunky like swirl part going to a little bit thinner when it gets towards Chandelure's body. And I was really struggling. And at some point, I'm like, you know, this is the best I'm gonna get. I might as well just be happy with it. And I still think Chandelure looks really good. It's just shape is a really strong part of Pokemon's body language, especially for the chunkier Pokemon. Like, holy crap. So, if anything, I would just practice shape and shape language, because you're gonna need that for your Fakemon. Especially for the more, like, chunkier guys. Like, oh my goodness. Don't even get me started on Eternatus. Like, ugh. Oy vey. But it's definitely a good thing to practice, especially for some of the trainers too, because some of the trainers with the more outlandish outfits also have that shape language, which I do think I did play it really safe with these outfits, despite the Chandelure face on the corset. I think next time I'm going to try to experiment more with the outfits of the characters, because if you haven't seen it, Pokemon has some really wild designs, and I really should play with that more. Even though it might look silly, but then again, some really outlandish designs got approved for the final version of the games, so I can't feel too bad about it. I mean, Shield Burt and Sword Burt is a thing. I'm just waiting for them to release their triplet brother Gunther. If you don't know that meme, I'm so sorry. But I digress. Either way, this dress turned out really, really good. I got to play around with some watercolor effects to make it look like the fire from Chandelure's arms onto the dress. Again, the color palette's really nice. I really enjoyed the color palette. I did have to play with some layering so it looked like there was a fire inside Chandelure, because when I looked at the official art, it looked like there was a fire inside Chandelure connecting to the fire that came out of its head. So I had to play with some layers. I put a basic layer for the gray, I put another layer for the fire itself, and then I put another layer on top of it that's slightly more blue, and then put it on an opacity. So I reduced the opacity, and I think I put it on a soft light layer to make it look a little more see-through. But I got to play around with a lot of stuff, and she turned out super cute. I really like it. I like the little swirly bits I did for her hair, so it matches Chandelure's arms. Her dress turned out super cute. It's just, she turned out so good. And I really want to do another ghost, a ghost type trainer, maybe another Driftblim, do another type of Driftblim dress, like Fantina's for another trainer. I think that would be super cute. Or, are there any other balloon Pokemon? Yes, there is. There's the jellyfish guys. Yeah, those guys would be cute too. I could see some really cute dresses for those. But yeah, as I'm finishing up this other design, we're gonna move on shortly to Phantump. My baby, my sweet child, Phantump. I absolutely adore Phantump. But I'm also very concerned from its Pokedex entries of, you know, it being potentially the spirits of children who got lost in the forest. But, you know, there's a lot of those. There's a lot of wacky entries from Pokemon. I mean, Drampa has the Pokedex entry of setting fire to the houses of children who bully its trainer. So there's that. Pokemon has some wild dex entries. I think I might just do a video on that in the future, but either way, there's some really weird ones out there. But what did I do for Phantump? So in regards to a trainer for Phantump, I decided, first of all, cottagecore. Cause why not? I mean, it's Phantump. Come on, you know cottagecore is gonna go good with Phantump. But I decided, because Phantump is potentially the spirit of children, why not give Phantump a mother? So I decided to make the trainer a very motherly, cottagecore, foresty type of girl. Maybe she takes in a lot of Pokemon who just want someone to love them and take care of them. You know, I can imagine that she also has like a Cubone, maybe a Mimikyu too. You know, like she adopts like Pokemon that need motherly figures, right? You know, we all just want some love. But her design turned out super cute. I really had to play with the color palette. I didn't know if I wanted her to be dominantly green. Later on, I do change her entire color palette to be more mid-tone browns and cream. Because I thought that looked better, especially with her hair. Which, by the way, all of my characters, I decided to go with natural hair colors. I really should have pushed more for outlandish colors. Because in Pokemon, you can have any kind of hair color. I mean, Fantina, who I mentioned before, has purple hair. So eventually down the line, I'm going to have a character with, like, wacky hair colors. And play around with that. I'm just so used to regular toned hair. But it still looked really good for these characters. There are lots of characters that have natural hair colors in the Pokemon games and stuff, so I shouldn't be too hard on myself for it. But in the future, I would like to play around with that more, especially in terms of the colors of the outfits that can pair with the hair. But aside from that, Phantom, I gave him a mummy who will cook and give him fruit, and they're just cute. I mean, I don't really have much to say in terms of the design. She's just a cottagecore mom who bakes bread in the forest and like grows a garden. Like, there's not much to say. Like, she's just that. She's literally just a cottagecore mom. So, with the time that I have for the time I have left for the rest of this drawing, I'm just gonna tell you about this Pokemon fan manga that I've been reading that's super duper good, and it's called Pokemon Festival of Champions. It is technically a doujinshi, but not one of those. Not one of those. No. Not one of those. Get your mind out of the gutter. It's a really good fan piece of work. I'm gonna leave a link in the description for you guys to read it. Please read it. It is so freaking good. The art style is amazing. The writing is really, really good. It is the kind of writing that I wish was in Pokemon games and sometimes in the anime as well. It's just the kind of writing that I really, really want in my Pokemon games. It is so good. It makes you feel things for the character and for the Pokemons. It does lean more towards the kind of mature tones in the Pokemon manga that we do get. Like, you know how in the Pokemon manga, sometimes, you know, Pokemon perish. And also, they're not afraid to show a little bit of blood. But that's fine. It is more mature in tone, so if you don't like seeing Pokemon get hurt, I can't recommend it to you if that's the case. It is still a really good story. But there is Pokemon abuse in it, because sometimes that's just probably what would happen. I mean, there's people like who literally sell Pokemon in the games. They're just very kid sanitized about it. But aside from that, the bonds towards the Pokemon trainers and their Pokemon, you really do feel it. And I would love to show you some of the panels and stuff like that, but in the future I do plan on doing like a really full review of this manga, because it is just that good. And I also don't want to spoil anything right now. The artwork is super duper good, and like I said, the writing's really good. I just really highly recommend it. If you're looking for another Pokemon manga to read, check in the description. Please read it. It is so good. My only note is that sometimes the updates for the story do take a little bit, because the author has other things to do. I understand. So sometimes we'll get chapters like a few months, maybe it'll take a year. But there's quite a lot of content to consume right now, so unless you're like a super fast reader like me, it should keep you busy for a bit. But it's seriously such a good piece of media, and I almost cried at one of the chapters with Leaf. Sorry, I keep mixing it up. In the manga, the girl is Leaf, and the guy is Blue, because that's how originally the games. So I keep mixing it up every now and then. But Leaf's story arc with Eevee is super, super good. It is so good. As well as Blue's with Rattata. It's just, I would highly recommend it, guys. You should really, really see it. Or watch it. Read it. Whatever. However you consume media, just consume it. It's so good. And that's at the top of my recommendation. As for now, I'm just waiting for a Pokemon game that I can actually like sink my teeth into. I was debating on doing a series around Pokemon Sword and Shield, but I just could not get into it, guys. I'm so sorry. I couldn't get into it. I'm debating on trying to get Scarlet and Violet. People have been really enjoying that one, but I just don't like how it looks. So we'll see. But that's a future video for the future. We'll see. I'm hoping a Pokemon side game comes out. By the way, I'm surprised there hasn't been like a Pokemon side game about farming. Why don't we have a farming Pokemon game? Like, I wanna... Where is it? Nintendo? Where's my Pokemon farming game, Nintendo? I want to bake using the berries that I farmed with my Appleton and Alcremie. Give it to me, Nintendo. But aside from that tangent, this drawing is basically done. And like I mentioned before, it turned out so cute. This was a really fun challenge. If you guys want to see more, if you guys want to see me do some other Pokemon from the Trick or Treat booster pack, let me know. I still have a lot of those cards. I'll just deal them out randomly. There's still a lot of ghost Pokemon and other Pokemon I didn't cover from that deck. Some that I didn't even pull from the video. So let me know if you want to see more of those. I'll do another video using the cards from that pack. Or if you guys want to see me do any of the TCG packs in general, if you guys want to see me get one of those packs and open it and draw some more Pokemon from there, let me know. If you have any names for these characters, also let me know. I would love to hear them, and if I like some of them, I might even put them on these characters. But aside from that, if you want to see more of this Pokemon speed paint content, or if you just want to see more of my art in general, please like and subscribe. Sorry. But yeah, please like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of my content. I'm planning on putting some more really fun stuff out, and I'm also doing a collaboration with 2 other artists for another Pokemon video. If you guys want to see that, please stick around. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.